Ever feel as if there's no way out? Win the MTV Escape Hatch and get away. If it's cold where you live, go tropical. If you live where it's hot, go where it's not. Hot or cold, MTV and American Express vacation stores will fly you to the climate of your choice. 7 days and 6 nights, all expenses paid, are yours and a friend's to enjoy. Plus, we'll even toss in $1,000 spending money for extra fun. The MTV Escape Kit is yours to travel with. You'll get your own portable VCR, TV, and video cassettes. Take along video music wherever you go. Your getaway is over. Or is it? A brand new 1983 Renault Fuego Turbo will be waiting in your driveway. The MTV Escape Mobile, yours for keeps. To enter and go, just send a postcard to MTV's Escape Hatch, P.O. Box 1211, Radio City Station, New York, New York, 10101. 100 runners-up win a Toshiba stereo cassette player. The MTV Escape Hatch, the trip, the video recording system, the car. It could all be yours from MTV.
The Adventures of the Warner Brothers. In our last episode, Zeke had left to join the Prince tour, while Sam and Zach were...
Zach, what are you doing?
I'm pressing a record.
Oh.
It's Modern English's new album, After the Snow. It's great. And Sparky likes it too. Right, Sparky?
It's a little red Corvette.
The car? Or the new hit single by Prince. Yeah! How's it going? Zeke!
I'd say the Prince store took a lot out of him.
Well, what should we do?
Start blowing.
1999. 1999.
He thinks he's still on tour. Berlin's new cassette. You love it, Zeke. Remember?
Sex. Armor? Looks like he's a pleasure victim. Give me that. I feel better already.
Oh, yuck. It's melted.
It's okay. It's Modern English's hit, I Melt With You.
Zeke! No! Zeke! Zeke!
Will Sam still be in dire straits? The new EP, that is. Find out in the next episode, brought to you by Randy Newman's Trouble in Paradise, Black Sabbath, Live Evil, and Eric Clapton's Money and Cigarettes. Isn't that right, Sparky?
Did you use the litter box today?
Take her back! Back this way! Up a bit! Okay! Let her go!
Psychedelic furs for you. Love My Way. Saturday's concert this week is Kevin Rowland and Dexy's Midnight Runners. That's recorded live at the Shaftesbury Theatre in London. They'll be doing Come On Eileen, also the Celtic Soul Brothers, and the old Van Morrison classic, Jackie Wilson Said. It all happens in stereo Saturday night, 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific. And it's brought to you in part by the Ford Division, also Activision. Thanks again for watching. I've been filling in for Martha Quinn. J.J. Jackson will be up next. Have a nice evening.
No little cinnamon gum freshens breath longer than Big Red.
So kiss a little longer, dance a little longer, romance a little longer, longer with Big Red. Let Big Red freshness last right through it. Your fresh breath goes on and on while you chew it. Say goodbye a little longer, make it last a little longer. Give your breath long-lasting freshness with Big Red.
It's the call of the wild. And Ford answers with Bronco II, a brand new kick in four-wheeling. The new, smaller Bronco II takes rough terrain and snow in stride with four-wheel drive. Inside, there's around-town comfort for four, and split-fold seats for extra cargo. And Bronco II's just the right size for easy maneuvering in tight places. Plus, V6 power no competitor can touch. See the all-new Ford Bronco II. It's a brand new kick.
This is INXS.
You know your voice is a love song. It's a cat call from the bells. There's no ice in your love. Look twice, 'cause it moves so.
INXS, when you just can't get enough.
Shabooh Shoobah, the new album from INXS on ATCO Cassettes and Records.
What's up, Doc?
Do you know how to get Hollywood's best movies?
I know that guy.
No cuts and no commercials?
I avoid commercials.
Movies and more movies 24 hours a day?
I am understandably curious.
You know what to do.
Yes.
Call the cable company and get the movie channel at your house.
This is fantastic.
There's someone else, isn't there?
The same people who bring you MTV.
Let them eat static.
MTV Music Television, the world's first video music channel in stereo. I'm J.J. Jackson, and I'll show you The Police, Thomas Dolby, Greg Kihn, and something totally different from Nick Hayward. That's in the music news. Pat Benatar, Anxiety, Get Nervous. We'll have more on Pat Benatar a little later on. I'm J.J. Jackson, and I got the music news, which is sponsored by 7-Up Crisp and Clean with no caffeine. Don't you feel good about 7-Up? Let's jump right into it. Nick Hayward says his upcoming solo album is going to be, and we quote him, totally different from his work with Haircut 100. Now, Hayward says his new music sounds a little bit like Stevie Wonder, and that he really enjoys working as a solo artist. He says, and we quote him again, I can use any musicians I want and get real respect from them. And that means an awful lot to Hayward. The album should be out in the summer. However, he does have a single right now. The single is called Whistle Down the Wind, not released in this country at the present, is only released in Great Britain. And we receive a lot of tapes in the mail here at MTV from people trying to break into the music business. And a songwriter named Jim Stringer sent us this cassette of his song called Gotta Get a Video on MTV.
On MTV. Yeah!
All right, I like that. What inspired this man to do this testimony to MTV? It seems that his 12-year-old son decided to form a rock band, and instead of sitting down and writing music, they started talking about how were they going to get a video together. That was the first thing the band wanted to get together. And unlike other kids, this kid might have it made because his dad, the man who wrote this, is not just a songwriter, but he's also a video producer. He's got a company out in Lawrence, Kansas. Hope that makes it. It's catchy. Got to get a video on MTV. Seems hard to believe, but this week marks 6 years since White Riot, the very first Clash single, was released. And along with the Sex Pistols, of course, the Clash were part of Britain's original punk explosion. And since then, they've outlasted every trend that's gone down in Britain. And Britain is very trendy. And they've scored their first platinum album over here in the United States with Combat Rock. And right now, they are working on a new record. We do have concert information from the oldies but goodies. That's the Kinks. They are on the road. You got to check them out if you can. In Detroit, they'll be at Cobo, the classic Cobo. Cincinnati, Ohio. Then in Chicago, they'll move into the Pavilion. Now, next hour, what we're going to do is give you concert information on those boys from South Carolina. That's the Marshall Tucker Band. However, coming up, we're going to show you a new one from the Police. It's called I Can't Stand Losing You. You know, it's not, well, it's a new video for us, but you know this song. Can't stand. They do it better than I, and they'll do it right after this. Get off my back.
Are you sure you want that soft drink?
Why?
A 7-Up might be nice.
Why?
I like it.
Why?
7-Up is light and refreshing, crisp and clean, and no caffeine. Never had it, never will. All of these other soft drinks have caffeine.
Why?
Why? Why? Good question.
Don't you feel good about 7-Up?
MTV comes to you in stereo, in high-fidelity sound, in rich, deep, dulcet tones, with highs higher than your TV can imagine, and lows lower than it's ever known. We'd like to give everyone MTV in stereo right now, but we can't. It's something you have to do for yourself. Call your local cable company for a special hookup to get MTV Music Television in stereo. You'll be so glad you did.
She blinded me with science. That's Thomas Dolby. Actually, Thomas Dolby is a really hot artist right now. So hot, as a matter of fact, his record company's going to re-release his album, The Golden Age of Wireless. And what they're going to do with the re-released version is add the song you just saw, She Blinded Me with Science, to it. So if you didn't get the record the first time, you may want to have it in your collection. However, if you do have The Golden Age of Wireless, then you're out one song. Coming up, we're going to show you Rainbow and Stone Cold. Rainbow, they're preparing to go in the studio any time now because they've got most of the songs written. They should have an album out in the summer.
When I was a younger man, I hadn't a care.
Sessions presents the TV Album of the Year, the Greatest Hits Album.
I've got to ride like the wind.
Christopher Cross.
Be free again. Because your kiss
All Notes.
is on my list. Cupid,
The Spinners.
roll back your bow.
The Greatest Hits Album, an amazing 3-record collection featuring 40 original hits by the original artists. Blondie.
I'm all out of love.
Air Supply.
So lost without you. Stop thinking about tomorrow.
Fleetwood Mac. The Greatest Hits Album contains the greatest collection of original hits ever offered. Just listen.
Believe it or not, I'm walking on air. Celebrate good times, come on. There must be some misunderstanding. I don't care what they think about me. And it's gonna be a cool night. Just let me hold you. And I'm giving it up for your love. Everything. Why don't we steal away?
The Greatest Hits Album is available right now, only through this special TV offer. So order now. Little River Band. Ambrosia. Stars on 45. Get them all in the Greatest Hits Album. Your choice, giant 3-record collection or 2 8-track or cassette tapes, only $14.98. Here's how to order.
COD and credit card customers call toll-free 1-800-228-1688. That's 1-800-228-1688. Or save $3 in COD fees by sending $14.98 for the record or tape, plus $1 for postage and handling to the Greatest Hits Album. P.O. Box 36035, Los Angeles, California.
MTV Music Television. Video music all day, all night, in stereo. Our Love's in Jeopardy. Ah, that's Greg Ken. Good video, good rock and roller too, Greg Ken is. Now, last week we were telling you about David Lee Roth taking a holiday in the Amazon jungle and no one could contact him. Well, he's back, and we'll tell you what he's up to right after this word from Twix.
Juliet, my Juliet, I am... Okay, that's it for today. I am hungry.
Well, how about a snack, Romeo?
Twix, you changed candy bars on me?
Just try it.
Twix Cookie Bars, the chocolate candy with the cookie crunch. Rich milk chocolate over creamy caramel.
I love chocolate and caramel.
And that Twix Cookie Crunch.
Twix deserves an encore.
Twix Cookie Bars, the chocolate candy with the cookie crunch.
If the world was your oyster, the pearl you'd find would be in stereo, 24 hours a day.
Oh, here she comes. She's a man leader. Hey!
Discover MTV, the first video music channel.
Join Tom Selleck and Bess Armstrong on the high road to China.
You'll be my welcome guests for dinner.
Does that mean he's gonna eat us or feed us?
For spectacular action, high-spirited romance, fun at every turn, and pure entertainment. Take the high road to China. Rated PG. Starts Friday, March 18th. Check newspapers for theater.
Good news, David Lee Roth is back. For 3 weeks, the Van Halen lead singer was on a vacation in the Amazon jungle. He couldn't be reached by anyone from civilization, but now he's returned to Los Angeles and ready to get back to work. Now, this is quite important because Van Halen had been offered a headlining spot at the upcoming US Festival, and they couldn't make the decision because they do everything democratically till they spoke with David Lee. So he's back, and that's the first order of business. Will they or will they not play the US Festival? We have it from one of their spokesmen that they probably will if they get everything in order. They were going to go into the studio, however, this will come first. Not too many people have a job that enables them to take adventure vacations in the Amazon, but David Lee, well, he does, and we asked him recently what his family thinks of his career choice.
What does my family think of all this? I wouldn't say highly, but they come to the shows. Everybody finds something to enjoy about Van Halen. I'm having a good time. I'm set. We were always playing in bars. I was always coming home at 3:30 in the morning and watching Cal Worthington commercials on the TV and making sandwich, eating breakfast. You can't combine that with school. I was never really did real well in school. And
how far along did you get in school?
I got into junior college. You know, parents always say, oh, you got to have something to fall back on, you know. It's a very insecure job, and it's true in rock and roll. You know, most jobs, they say here today, gone tomorrow. In rock and roll, we say here today, gone later today. So, like, you know, as long as you understand that and bear with it, then you're going to have a good time. And I think most parents want to see their kids have a good time.
For those of us outside of Southern California, you should know that Cal Worthington is this outrageous used car salesman they have in Southern California. Amazing man. Later tonight, we'll have more of our conversation with Rod Stewart and also Martin Chambers of the Pretenders. Right now, though, it is Blancmange, Living on the Ceiling.
Hi, we're Missing Persons.
You're watching MTV Music Television, the newest part of your stereo system.
Flow can be had when you're in Hawaii, right? And what we're offering is MTV's Hawaiian Luau with Pat Benatar. Stay tuned for details. I wish we could win this. We can't participate, but you can.
It's all mine. Bring your thirsty self right here. You've got the time, we've got the beer for what you have in mind. Oh, welcome to Miller Time. Yours and mine.
The best beer for the best time of the day. Miller High Life.
Does Stridex get to dirt? The proof is on the pad. Does Stridex get to oil? The proof is on the pad. Does Stridex get to pimples? The proof is on the pad. Does Stridex clean your skin? The proof is on the pad.
Stridex pads deep clean the pores to get rid of oil and dirt. See the proof? They're different from ordinary skin cleansers because they contain medicine to help prevent pimples.
Does Stridex keep you clean and clearer looking skin? The proof is on the pad.
Hey, Joey, what's she really like?
She's the most exciting woman I ever met.
Atari introduces the Woman of the Year, Ms. Pac-Man. Just like the arcade classic, 4 different game screens, floating fruit, even pretzels.
Honey, don't you know I'm more than Pac-Man with a bow?
Reach for Ms. Pac-Man.
Reach for Atari.
Don't fiddle around this weekend. Take in the new sound in town. It's Dexy's Midnight Runners in concert on Saturday night. You'll see it first on MTV. On the Sunday special, Billy Joel gives a different kind of performance.
Please don't let us grow up because Mom is watching.
Everything you always wanted to know but were afraid to ask.
Did you conceive that melody in Pennsylvania?
Or is it really a creative process where
Did you ever feel like quitting? You people ask the best questions.
And that's not...
MTV Music Television, all day, all night in stereo. I'm J.J. Jackson, and I'll show you Bryan Adams, Bruce Springsteen, Prince, and there's a spot on the sidewalk in the stars for the Rolling Stones. That's Mexican radio from the band Wall of Voodoo. And Wall of Voodoo in the music news, which is sponsored by 7-Up Crisp and Clean with no caffeine. Don't you feel good about 7-Up? Let's jump right into it. Wall of Voodoo, the Stray Cats, and also Thomas Dolby. They're among the bands whose music will be heard in an upcoming film called Surf 2. The movie concerns a battle between surfers and surf punks on the beaches of Southern California. It's a bit of a satire, satirical comedy along the lines of Airplane. You know the film Airplane, so it should be off the wall. The movie should be out in the summer, which is a good time for that kind of film to be released. Other bands on the soundtrack will include Talk Talk, Split Ends, The Deserters, The Circle Jerks, Oingo Boingo, The Beach Boys, Dick Dale, and even The Ventures. Now, everyone knows the Rolling Stones are very big stars, so why haven't they got a star with their name on it on Hollywood's Walk of Fame? That's what I want to know. You know, the Walk of Fame is actually right down Hollywood Boulevard, also includes Vine Street, where you have the stars placed in the street. Most of the people you see there are movie stars, John Wayne, Gary Cooper, Marilyn Monroe, people like that. There are a few musical stars as well, Crosby, Stills and Nash, Fleetwood Mac, Elton John, Beatles, but no Rolling Stones. They're conspicuous in a way for their absence. They've been turned down year after year by the Star Committee. Now, one California fan has decided to go one step further and see if he can push it in. He's going to flood the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce with cards and letters asking for a star, and hopefully they'll get one in June. Now, if you would like to help him in his efforts, here's an address that you'd need, because they should have a star in Hollywood Boulevard. In fact, they should have one, let's see, right by, where would you put it? Maybe right by La Brea. When Night Ranger played a show in Odessa, Texas recently, they met some people from the Oz Patrol and rock fans who had tried to keep the city from canceling Ozzy Osbourne's show. Remember we told you all about that? Well, Night Ranger's Brad Gillis seemed to agree with their cause, and MTV cameras caught him backstage wearing an Oz Patrol t-shirt. And one of the nice things about it is Ozzy, well, I shouldn't say a nice thing, actually it was a bad thing, that Ozzy never did play the show in Odessa, Texas. However, he is going to. They're going to go back in there in April sometime. When they get the exact date, we'll certainly let you know. But he didn't play because of the pressure that was coming down on him from the right-wing pressure group. Actually, it was trying to stop the show. He didn't play simply because he had a very bad case of the flu. When he finishes his present tour in the Northeast, then he's going to go back to Odessa, Texas, and we'll really keep you on this one. We do have concert information for you. The Marshall Tucker Band, the boys out of South Carolina, going to be playing in Lake Tahoe, Nevada. From there, they'll move into San Jose, California, and then from there into Boise, Idaho, then into Bozeman, Montana, then Pullman, Washington, and Great Falls. Now, next hour, what we're going to do is give you concert information on Golden Earring, and they're touring with Scandal, so you want to stay tuned for that. However, coming up, the Young Invaders. Now, that's the band that you saw on the Basement tapes, and they took it all. Young Invaders would play it cool. That's coming up right after this.
All of these soft drinks have caffeine. All of them. Surprised? Now you can't see it or smell it, but oh yes, it's there. 7-Up is light and refreshing, crisp and clean, and no caffeine. Never had it? Never will. Now don't you feel good about 7-Up? I'll be surprised if you didn't.
Don't you feel good about 7-Up?
MTV presents another exclusive world premiere video. A flock of seagulls continue to soar with their new video, Wishing, from their forthcoming album. Don't wish Wish for more Flock of Seagulls? Just tune in. World Premiere Video Music, Friday night, 10 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Pacific, only on MTV Music Television.
Young invaders with Play It Cool, and cool they were, because they did take it all as far as our very first Basement Tape show is concerned. We're going to have a Basement Tape show, once a month here on MTV till August, then we're going to have the finals. Now, Saturday's MTV concert is Kevin Rowland and Dexy's Midnight Runners recorded live at the Shaftesbury Theatre in London. They'll be doing live versions of Come On Eileen and the Celtic Soul Brother. Really fine version of Jackie Wilson said, the old Van Morrison classic. This all happens in stereo on Saturday night, 11 p.m. Eastern Time, and it's 8 o'clock out on the West Coast, and it's brought to you in part by Activision and Ford Division, and so you want to join us for it. You gotta, if we don't see your face in the place, I'm going to be so disappointed with you. Now, coming up, we're going to show you Bryan Adams. Bryan Adams cuts like a knife, and in the near future here, you'll see an interview between Nina Blackwood and Bryan Adams. All this coming up on MTV.
You've spent a lot of money on your stereo, yet you feel that something's not quite right. There are problems. Your neighbors, for instance, don't exactly enjoy your musical selections. Or maybe your speaker sound is leaving you a little rattled. There could be a number of things blocking your stereo enjoyment. Get your sound off the ground with Sound Suspenders. Sound Suspenders will improve your audio quality. By elevating your speakers, you can eliminate those annoying problems. Cut out that excessive bass reverberation and annoying thump, thump, thump. And Sound Suspenders can keep your speakers away from curious little hands. Sound Suspenders are safe and easy to install. With this patented method, they can be hung as easily as a household plant. Sound Suspenders, a maximum return for a minimum investment.
Sound Suspenders are available through this special offer for only $29.95. To order, call now, 800-538-8157, extension 949. In California, call 800-672-3470, extension 949. Visa and MasterCard accepted.
I love fine automobiles. I like the hum of a perfectly tuned engine, the look of a snappy sports car, the thrill of a good Formula One race. And I especially like the feeling of a solid old friend like this as I travel down the road. If you're like me, if you appreciate great cars, then get turned on by the finest cars in the world. You'll find them on the pages of Road and Track magazine.
Do it now and save 50% off the regular subscription price. Save even more off the newsstand cost.
Just call 1-800-453-1500 to subscribe. That's a toll-free call. 1-800-453-1500 to get 1 year, 12 exciting issues for only $8.97. You save 50%. So keep up with all the dramatic changes taking place as they happen. Subscribe to the authority, Road and Track today. Call 1-800-453-1500.
Some places don't have music television yet. You're watching MTV right now. Aren't you glad you're one of us?
I make difficult decisions every day, but not about tampons. I switched to Playtex. It's unbeatable protection. Only Playtex tampons have a double-layer design.
Only Playtex. I changed my mind a lot, but not about tampons. I switched to Playtex. They're comfortable, and I get a special plastic applicator. Only Playtex. I keep trying new routines, but not with tampons.
Playtex tampons and Playtex deodorant tampons. Unbeatable protection.
Only Playtex.
MTV Music Television, where you can see the music.